yes. From Ukraine, China, Russia, to the sweet sounds of baseball. My favorite sport. And believe me, I'm not going to the Knicks game tonight. I'm going to the Ranger game tomorrow. I'm a season ticket holder for the Giants for many years. I love all my sports, but baseball is my favorite. I'm a Met fan, but I appreciate the Yankees. And now my favorite team is the Staten Island Ferry Hawks, year number 2 of the John Catsimatidis and Eric Scheffler, Staten Island Ferry Hawks. And very excited about the new manager. Now making your 3rd appearance with me is a former Yankee world champion and a very handsome, in great shape, Homer Bush. I haven't seen you in many years. You look great.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Damn, did you get bigger since you played? I think you did.
Well, I have a lot more time now to work out. So.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
You look like Aaron Judge. Well, congratulations. It's nice to see you again. I did meet you many, many years ago. You wouldn't remember when I was at WFA and you were playing for the Yankees. But congratulations as you get set for your first season. What are you feeling right about now with opening day a couple of months away, April 28th against Charleston?
Excited and happy. When I first got the job, I met with Eric, and we had this vision for our roster, and it's actually coming together. So that's exciting. But more importantly, spring training has started, so baseball is in there. So I'm just ready to get after it.
Well, spring training has started. The Yankees and Mets are both playing now. How does it work with you guys? Do you have a spring training period? I know right now you're scouting players, but do you play exhibition games, or is it basically put the roster together, put your coaching team together, and go play ball on April 28th?
Well, no. So basically what we'll do is we'll have like a week before the season here in Staten Island, and what we're going to do, we're going to have a mixed bag. We're going to go with some inter-squad games, and I'll probably throw a couple scrimmages in there as well. So
nice.
We'll have a short spring training right before the season starts.
And right now, the rumor is maybe as many as 7 players may come back from last year's roster. Well, you guys did win 33 games in the second half behind Alfonso. You guys were a playoff team in the second half. So you enter this season, I know it sounds crazy, 6-month layoff, with some momentum based upon what you did last year in the second half. Some of these guys will be back, yes?
Absolutely. The roster last year has some really good performers. We were able to get most of those guys back, so that's a huge plus for us. But we also got some young, energetic players that, was a goal of mine,
yeah.
Being in the MLB Draft League. So we were able to get a handful of those guys as well.
We'll talk about those guys specifically. What about the young lady? That was a big story last year, the first lady to play Major League Baseball, Whitmore, and pretty good ball player, by the way. Will she be back with the club this year? You're not sure yet?
Well, we're not sure yet. We hear there may be some affiliated opportunities for her, but if that doesn't work out, she's definitely coming back, and looking forward to manage her if that's the case.
All right, so you played for the Yankees. You won a World Series ring with Joe Torre, so you learned from the very best. Torre's your manager, Steinbrenner's your owner. What does my friend John Catsimatidis have in common with the late, great Yankee owner, George Steinbrenner?
Hey, just win, baby, win.
Is that what he said?
Win.
No, he's not kidding.
Yeah.
I shouldn't share this, but I go to the 5th floor once in a while. That's where John hosts like 90 meetings a day. That's why he's a billionaire. He's a genius. So, and every once in a while I walk by his office, he'd be yelling about the baseball team. I'm like, wow, he really does care about this team. He wants to win. He's like, I want to win. I want to win. So has he made it clear to you that as much as he loves you today, if you don't win, you're not here next year?
We're going to win the World Series of the Atlantic League.
Absolutely.
We're going to win the World Series of the Atlantic League. We're going to bring to Staten Island.
Yeah.
We're going to bring to Staten Island the World Series of the Atlantic League. Andrew Giuliani, what say you?
This is a Joe Namath moment right here.
Yeah.
Staten Island
And Mark
Ferry.
Messier.
Be right. Mark
Yes.
Messier. We will win.
Yeah.
Says John
This Saturday, we're going to all be together at 10 o'clock in the stadium. Eric, tell us about that.
Well, first of all, no extra pressure on any of us. Like,
I mean,
I don't sleep
all you got to
anyway.
do is win the World Series. That's it, right? That's right.
Staten Island University Hospital Community Park. We're having a Hawk Fest open to the public. People can come see. We have brand new seats in the stadium, John. We're going to do stadium tours, put tickets on sale. Homer's going to be there signing autographs. And John Catsimatidis is going to be there with his book.
I'm going to be there signing autographs on my book, too. And Homer is going to be our future World Series of Staten Island winner.
It's a lot of pressure.
We're going to give you a ring too, so you're going to have a second ring besides the World Series ring for the Yankees.
There you go, a
love it.
magic ring for you. Yeah, the book, of course, is How Far Do You Want to Go? Lessons from a Common Sense Billionaire. Everybody's talking about it. We had a great signing yesterday at Barnes & Noble in Midtown Manhattan.
We sold out of books.
How many?
We sold out.
Oh,
All of them.
that's
They didn't
awesome.
have any left.
Wow.
But there is, if you read this book, you haven't read it yet, I'm sure. But if you read
I
the
just
book,
gave him one.
You just gave him one?
Plane ride home, he's reading it.
It doesn't matter whether you're running an energy company or a radio station, all the things that John does, or running a baseball team, right? The winning philosophy remains the same, which is long hours, extra work, care all day long, and at the end of the day, just succeed. It all works. It doesn't matter if you're a baseball manager or running a radio station. You apply the same philosophy that John does.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
Yeah. So I want to talk about one of these kids in particular. Pat Russo is a good friend of mine, and he runs the boxing for the cops and the kids.
Okay.
It's a great program. And his nephew is a kid from Severian High School, which I know a lot of kids who go to that school. He's a pitcher. He's a lefty by the name of Christian Allegretti. How good does this kid look?
I saw some video of him, and instantly, I knew I had to have him.
Wow.
Then I got an opportunity to speak to him on the phone. He's energetic. He understands his disposition, right? He's like, hey, I'm a late bloomer, figured things out lately, and so that led me to believe that, hey, evidently he's continuing to learn, continue to grow and develop and work hard. So I just felt like, hey, local kid, let's give him an opportunity and let's see if he'll shine.
When you say he's a late bloomer, he's how old?
I don't know. You can still be 23.
23. I guess that's a late
yeah.
bloomer for minor league baseball.
Well,
I'm going to be 56. What does it say about me?
But late bloomer in the sense of figuring out how to pitch. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So does it remind you of Andy Pettit, for example, lefty for the Yanks?
Okay.
Is he a hard thrower, Christian, or is he more of a guy that picks his spots? Who would you compare a guy like Christian to?
Oh, that's a good question.
Mike Stanton.
Mike Stanton.
Mike Stanton.
Oh, Stanton was great. Hey, what's wrong with Mike Stanton? Hey, let me tell you something. All those great teams you played on, we can talk all day about Jeter and Tino and Bernie and all those great players. But Yankees won World Series because of Stanton, Nelson, and Rivera. Wetland was there too one year, but that bullpen is why you guys won. You know that's the case, right?
Well, I mean, I think there's a little bit of that. I think we're 20. You guys score runs, right?
You guys were 25 deep.
High-powered offense, right?
No, you're pretty good offense.
Yeah.
25 deep you guys were. And
Absolutely.
you're a great example of it. When you guys won, I mean, you were coming off and getting the job done. I see that 98 World Series ring on his hand right now, and you had a role to play in that big time.
You hit like 400 that year.
I know.
To your point. What about this kid from the outfielder, Mikey Edelman? He went to Roosevelt High School.
Eleanor Roosevelt High School on the Upper East Side.
Mecky Edelman, what about him, his future with this team?
I love him. 5'2" player. Again, just like Christian, he's one of those players that, didn't really know what they were doing in high school. He went off to college. He told me he figured some things out. And but the thing I like about with both of those players is that they can contribute even when they're at their worst.
Yeah.
If you ask me, just based on their tools. So
they can.
If you take it from that perspective and the energy and enthusiasm that they had when I spoke to them on the phone, it was a no-brainer that, signing them was going to be a definite.
Now, you got Scheffler, who's a great baseball mind. That's great. But are you able to reach out to a guy like Brian Sabian? People don't realize this. But, no, I'm serious. Sabian, with all those World Series in San Francisco, people don't realize this. He's with the Yankees now. He's there. Cashman's there. Randy Levine's there. Are you able to, Omar Minaya with the Mets for all those years, can you reach out to some of these guys if, in fact, you like somebody and ask their advice, or do you basically keep it in-house?
Sure. I'll admit, I do have inside track to a lot of people.
You do.
I'm not saying they're going to call me back immediately. Right? So, but they will get back to me. And I'm fortunate in that from that aspect, no doubt.
Yeah, unlike a Major League Baseball team that has like a bench coach, hitting coach, pitching coach, go to the bathroom coach, wipe my ass coach. You don't have all those coaches in Staten Island, right?
Well, no, but I tell you what, if I really desired him, I think Scheffler would have made it happen. So I'm a big hitting guy myself. So the last thing I want to do was bring someone in who had a different philosophy. But now on the pitching side, I actually landed the guy that I really wanted, Reggie Harris, who was in Gastonia.
Oh yes,
last year.
Reggie Harris.
And former MLB.
That's a good hire.
Player. Yeah.
First round pick, 87.
Yeah, so you can see why I'm so excited, because I got the pitching guy I wanted, my roster's coming together. I mean, everything is just all is well in Ferry Hawks land. So we're going to do well. I promise you. We're going to go out. We're going to be, like I said, we're going to be fast. We'll be high contact. We're going to be fast. We're going to fill up the strike zone. I mean, it's going to be a product that Staten Island is going to be very proud of.
And let's be honest, okay? This is not your last stop, right? So if you go to Staten Island for John Catsimatidis, and you do what he said, which is win a World Series, that, listen, the future could be maybe one day you could replace Aaron Boone. Obviously not right away, there's AAA, but I'm sure that you've got your sights set.
The Yankees have the right to pull anybody the Yankees are a partner in the team.
Right.
They have the right to pull anybody from our team.
There you go. So to John's point, if you win a World Series here, maybe one day Homer Bush is in the dugout in the Bronx.
You know, I tell you what, let's refer back to John's book. It's like if I just, commit myself, we play well, everything goes well, who knows what can happen, honestly. So I'm going to take care of this first part of the process first.
Win the
and
championship.
Win the championship.
That's Catsimatidis' point 13. Failure is not an option ever. And then point 16, have fun.
Yeah.
What if he makes the playoffs, John? Doesn't win the World Series, but makes the playoffs? We fill the stadium. Is that okay? Or
Well, I read it. You know, you aim for the sky.
Point 13. Failure is not an option ever. I'm reading it right now.
yeah, so you got to win it. Now, by the way, he plays a very good third base, Andrew Giuliani. I've seen him on the field in Staten Island during one of my celebrity charity games. So
I left my hamstring actually by third base. So if you could find it and bring it back to me, I'd be helpful.
Sid, we're gonna have we'll have an open tryout probably. I think April 16th. So Andrew, you got
really? April 16th?
You got about 5 or 6 weeks to get in shape.
Open tryout.
yeah, well, that's actually
Wow.
that's only 12 days before opening day. So how many roster spots do you think would be available to
Depends
fill?
how good you are.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, it's one or two, but now remember this.
Okay.
You know, if you play well enough, a roster spot will come available.
Right, so we'll get
you
rid of
know.
somebody else.
Yeah.
Right. So right now, as we wrap this discussion up, and Sheffer, you're ready to go. You're scouting with him, right? I know
It's all Homer. Let's be quite
It's all
clear.
Homer. Okay. So as you wrap this up, over the next couple of weeks, you're doing more scouting, getting ready for the open tryouts, bringing in more players for the April 28th opening day. What else do you do over the next 60 days to get ready for opening day?
Just a lot of planning. Making sure all the equipment is there. We have everything we need. The technology at the stadium, making sure that's in place, and so just little things like that to button things up.
Are you a more modern type of manager guy, like the Bill James stuff, or are you more of a Torrey type of guy? Torrey was more kind of touch and feel. If it looked good to Torrey, it was good. These days, guys, they take statistics on everything. I find it to be too much. It's kind of annoying, like him with WAR. What is your managing style? Are you more old school baseball or today?
Well, I actually use both. One, because you have to put it in the hands of the players. Let the players be, and that was what Joe was really good at.
Right.
But the other aspect to it is data does tell, what type of player and, how they're able to perform. So you got to use both, if you ask me. So for me, I'm extremely big on data on the pitching side. How to get hitters out, how to get opposing batters out.
Right.
But on the offensive side, some things are just obvious, right?
Right. I mean, you've been hitting the baseball since you're 5 years old. I mean,
absolutely.
Exactly.
But we don't get into the metrics to try to grade players.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well,
So we got to tell everybody this Saturday, 10 o'clock, come and see Homer at the Staten Island Stadium, along with Eric will be there, and John Catsimatidis and me. I will be there. And come and meet us. And if you want to play baseball, come meet Homer. You might get a good tryout.
It could happen. It could happen.
And by the way, it's a great way to get from Manhattan, right where we live now in Brookfield Place. It's a 17-minute ferry. I mean, you literally will be in the stadium in 20 minutes from Manhattan. You could obviously take the free ferry right at the Staten Island ferry, but there's a fast ferry as well. So this is it really is convenient and one of the best ballparks you'll see in all of America.
It is gorgeous. To your point, Andrew Giuliani, right on the water, and I was there about 5 times last year. Planning on going much more this year. So congratulations. Great to see you in person. Great to have you back. I only wish good things for you, including a World Series championship. We'll talk quite a bit during the season. Congratulations.
Thanks, Sam.
You too, Eric Sheffer. Good to see you. Of course, John Catsimatidis. I love you.
I live here.
I love you. You do live here.